Mr. Adekunle Yusuf in the studio, my colleague in the studio.
Good morning.
Good to see you, really. Adekunle, you're welcome. Now, the issue of grazing routes, we know the history of Nigeria and the pre-colonial and the colonial era where cattle rearing was one of our major agricultural identity, in the sub-region. But as societies begin to grow and, we became a little more metropolitan, some of those things, people are now saying that we can't have the grazing route the way we used to have them. But the president talked about it recently. What do you make of all of that?
Mr. President was wrong.
Wrong?
100% wrong.
Wow. How so?
And the governors, 17 governors of the South, are right. It's not
you passed your verdict already.
The laws said so.
Right.
So it's not anybody's opinion. The president was talking about First Republic, grazing.
Yes.
That was in 1965. And there was no national law. It was a law applicable to northern states of Nigeria. And the north didn't mean Nigeria. The north and south, that's what makes up Nigeria. So only north will not make up Nigeria. So in that aspect, the president was absolutely wrong. And I believe it's a failure of, legal briefings, because the president needs to be assisted on virtually everything. You need to assist. That's why he has ministers, aides, and all that.
Exactly.
I think the quality of legal briefings he's been having is showing most things. And when presidential officials even speak, sometimes in manners that you see arrogance and everything. So you want to say, okay, why are they saying like that? Why are they talking like this? But when the Attorney General himself anytime he takes a position, just look at it. You wonder that in a country blessed with many luminaries, are we...
That are even consultants for agencies across the world.
Are we saying we are making use of the best? Because most times it's interpretations of our laws. It doesn't believe that it's not a court of law. That you are the Attorney General. Yeah, you can only advise, give interpretations, assist here and there. But sometimes it takes everything together, the law, everything, the court, the law.
So could that be seen as the law and politics mixed together and some other factors and so on?
Yes, that's what the Attorney General should do. You know the politics, but the law aspect should always, triumph. You understand? Because at the end of the day, the matter goes to court. At the end of the day, there can be embarrassment.
Yeah.
But now, coming back to the reason. So when you look at the law, it applied only. So as we speak in Nigeria, there is nothing like what the president said in our law. There is nothing. You check it. Go into the Constitution of Nigeria, the 1999 Constitution, as amended. And that's the grand norm that we have for now.
So even if we had the grazing route embedded in the 1963 Constitution or the independence, either the independence or 1963 Constitution, we no longer use the law anymore.
No, you need to let me. It was even a decree at the time.
Okay.
Now there is a decree that is recognized in this Constitution, which was 1978 Land Use Act.
Land Use Act.
So the land in every state in Nigeria, the law of Nigeria vests it, exclusively in the hands of the governor,
But if these issues are so clear and they're so open and they're so straightforward, why do we still have this debate around grazing? Why is it so much of a topic? Why is it so much of a debate that is dragging Nigeria here, dragging Nigeria there, when, number one, because I was talking to some guests yesterday, Nigeria is not amongst the top 20 beef exporters in the world. Nigeria is not amongst the top 20 milk exporters in the world. Nigeria is none of those. But yet Nigeria is among the top 5 countries that has recurring issues from cattle.
You see, the age of the ideas of those, running Nigeria, you need to question that.
The age
of the ideas. Look at cattle business. You look at the world inventory of cattle. Number one is India. It controls, by the world inventory, it's about 30% of the global cattle inventory. Come Brazil and China. Those three countries, account for about 65% of the global cattle inventory.
Wow.
So, how much of blood splitting do you have in those countries? We don't make money in the real sense of it from cattle for consumption and all that. Those who make, who get big cash globally, they are not doing it. Why do you want, obsolete idea in a modern age? You cannot. It cannot work. Modernity and Stone Age, they cannot, cohabit. You need to think that what do we do? We should follow the global trend, which is you ranch. Why are some people
and in fact, we have ranched in this country
averse
before.
to modern trends? I was so shocked when the president said he's still a fan of open grazing. Something that is so obsolete, something that is so problematic, something that is breeding, tears, blood, anarchy.
All right. Now, the area that a lot of Nigerians are looking at is the issue of this. When it comes to open grazing, they seem to be a north versus a south situation or approach to it, or maybe a mindset, or I don't know why that tint comes in somehow. Well, because the point there is, when the 17 governors met in Asaba and came up with their position, they came from cutting across party lines. It didn't matter whether you were PDP governor or it was APC governor, whatever. But it was why do we also have to look at it that way?
Well, remember, there's like common denominator, which is the sovereigns. They think it's enough. The Southerners have never, for once, been united on any issue. The North has more tribal mixtures even than the South, but the North is always united when it comes to big pictures, big issues. But the South, no. But when the sovereigns have become too much, you see what happened? For the first time, they came together. They didn't remember that you are APC, PDP, or whatever. No Igbo, no Yoruba. No, they came together. But let's be honest. This matter is not North versus South.
Okay.
Those who first enacted anti-grazing, anti-open grazing laws, Taraba, Benue, are these southern states? There are sufferings in parts of the North, and there are many big names in the North who are totally against
it. Exactly.
You see, Governor of Kano State is never hiding his, opposition to it. He said, no, it doesn't work again. Let's go modern. But some people are still tied to the Stone Age.
Well, I wonder what could be responsible when even agriculturists have said that if grazing is brought into the fore, where grazing is done properly, there's a very long chain of benefits from cattle, because you're talking about milk, you're talking about beef, you're talking about hides and skin, you're talking about a lot of manure, exactly, different things. So why is it difficult for anybody to invest when you already have cattle as the raw material, if I have to put it that way?
Yes, that's the point some of us we have to do. We need to educate and the educated and re-educate and re-educate. Some people, as I said earlier, is the age of their ideas. Such people, you need to work on their mindset. And number two, we need to impress it on the minds of executive power holders that they should always base their action within the confines of our laws. That there is no section of Nigeria that is better or more superior to another. There is no ethnic group that is bigger or better than. We are all the same, and that's the notion of one united Nigeria. Exactly. If we all have that, then what do we do to bring, to manage our diversities? That's the only thing we need, and we should always remember to be fair, to be, there should be justice, there should be fairness, equity. Those things are lacking as we speak. If we do, how can we be discussing open grazing in an age when people are thinking about how to, rule the world? You understand my point? It's so sad. It's so sad.
Countries are talking about
this matter has been with us. Even in Africa, we are not there. There are smaller countries that are making money, big money.
Rwanda,
even Ghana. You are talking Rwanda, you're talking Tanzania, you're talking Botswana. All the small countries in Africa, they are doing very well.
Some of them are not even up to Lagos.
When you embrace modernity, you make more money. There will be more productivity. Then
more
even
jobs.
All these children that follow the cattle around will be freed to make better use of their lives. Nigeria is unfair to them. You understand? You see small children carrying whatever they are carrying. It used to be sticks. Now you see dangerous weapons. Small children roaming inside the bush because they want to, feed their cattle. Nigeria is not fair to them. So if we embrace modernity, those children, maybe some of them are potential professors, potential governors, potential presidents, people that Nigeria will require later in life, to turn things around.
But if we have to make that change or make that move right now against how to utilize the cattle properly and then changing this laws, because you have said that the president wasn't right necessarily for talking about the issue of, being a fan of open grazing. But if we have to turn that around, because a lot of people have actually said that it is better when you look at the modern society of Nigeria to ranch than to open graze. So if we have to take that step now, what do you think it is? Especially looking at it from the perspective of you saying that when it comes to all of these things, they actually resident they are on the table of the governors.
Well, the people we have to insist that this is what we want, this is what we don't want. And
when you say the people,
yes,
who are the people in this case?
Nigerians
or the governors?
Nigerians. Okay. When Nigerians, we have to insist. Number one, not all that the government does is fine.
Yeah.
If the people say they don't want it, then the government should. That is what democracy is all about. Remember open grazing bill or whatever in 2016. Remember Ruga. Remember the massive opposition to Ruga.
Yeah.
Believe me, a more responsive administration will drop that idea when people say they don't want it. Now you repackaged it. And you later talk about national livestock transformation. Read all of this. What you will see is, you see our intention to give priority to people who are in the business of, traditional herding system. You understand me? Read it very well. I've taken time to study someone. I say, wow. So if people sense danger, that this will bring danger to them, and they insist no, then the government should show that it is democracy. Do what the people want, drop what the people say they don't want. There's no government that knows it all. And at the end of the day, everything the government does or the government does not do, it should be about the people. That's what democracy really means. But when the government insists that you must do it one way or the other, then people need to be continue to question the motive behind such an idea, because it's a problematic idea. It's not just obsolete. It is spilling blood. It is bringing anarchy. It is uniting Nigeria. It is bringing tears all over the place, and not only in the south, even in the north. You understand me? So all the governors from the south to the north, they need to do go to their assembly. Many of them have done it, you know, like Oyo State, like Ekiti State. I think they're doing it now in Ondo. You know, they've done it in Benue, they've done it in Taraba. All of them go and do it because there is virtually nowhere in Nigeria that you will say open grazing is a benefit. It's really a burden.
We've seen some viral videos, and sometimes when even in the heart of Abuja, where cattle is moved, and then you see cattle in the middle of, say, Garki or Wuse town in Abuja, you'd be like, oh my God, this is cattle, you know, strolling through the streets in the Federal Capital Territory.
Have you seen it in the airport?
Of course, we've seen those things at the airport.
You've seen it in the university campus.
Oh my God, you see,
in the city, in the middle.
You know, it's just like seeing cattle passing through close to in Washington. Just, you know, cattle. All right, we have to leave you here now. Adekunle Yusuf, thank you so much for coming on the program. We hope and look forward to a better Nigeria where everyone can sit down and have a sense of belonging, you know, when it comes to all of these things. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Right.